Good morning, everyone. It really rained out there. Today I'm heading from Des Moines to Omaha, Nebraska. I got a room for 2 nights there. I'm not stealthing, it's a big city. It's like twice the size of Des Moines. I think it's like 450,000 people. I'm gonna see what Omaha's all about. I'm at a rest stop in Nebraska. I saw signs for a Prairie Rose State Park. I thought that might be a good place to stretch my legs. The skies out here are pretty amazing. I could have sworn I saw a funnel cloud a second ago. Massive thunder and lightning storm started just as I got to that Prairie Rose Lake. The sound of the rain falling off the roof like that, it's the best white noise in the world. It just relaxes me so much. It's like the ocean, I guess. I got to Omaha at 3, camping in a hotel tonight, not taking any chances with the van. Unfortunately, all the big museums and the zoo I wanted to see close at 5. I don't have enough time to really do anything today. So I'm gonna have a leisurely afternoon walking along the park. Heartland of America Park right next to my hotel is really pretty. It's got some meticulous trails, a statue to Chef Boyardee, and a fountain that I swear I've seen in the intro to some 80s sitcom. I've realized this old market building is exactly like Faneuil Hall in Boston. It looks old, it looks old-fashioned, it looks historic, but this is all chain stuff. This is all tourist trap stuff. This isn't like mom and pop stuff at all. Okay, so that was mostly a candy shop, I guess. But right next door, there's a giant skeleton climbing up the brick. It's golden hour, the light's starting to change. I saw this great parking garage right downtown. I kind of snuck in. I'm trying to see if I can get all the way to the roof, get some great shots of the skyline from up there. Good morning, everyone. I am walking from my hotel this morning to that Henry Dorley Zoo, which is supposedly one of the biggest in the US. Has like a train that runs through it, has animals from pretty much everywhere, as a zoo should. But it's right down the street. It's a long, beautiful walk down 10th Avenue, which apparently is also called Fred Astaire Avenue. I'm not sure why. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm not even at the main gate yet, but the zoo actually starts over on this side of the highway. There's a whole like village down there. I see a candy shop. Candy shops are huge in Omaha. People must all have a mouthful of rotten teeth here. There's so many candy shops here. Anyway, it looks like they have their own version of Epcot Center up here. I decided I'll go clockwise from the main entrance around the park. It's laid out in a way that you can kind of do it all in one path. And this Epcot Center thing, by the way, is a lizard dome. Getting serious Pauly Shore vibes from this thing. So I just spent 2 hours in this place. I need to get a move on. Above ground in that biodome, they do a great job of replicating all the different types of deserts. They have desert critters in there. My favorite place was the underground. They have these elaborate caves with barely any light, lots of bats and snakes and lizards and other things that go bump in the night. They even have a swamp down there filled to the brim with gators. There's a lot of themed stuff at this park that I'm finding is closed for the season. A water park closed, a movie theater closed, a children's adventureland closed. So if you're gonna come here and you wanna do that non-animal stuff, get here, before the end of summer. Of course, the candy shop is open. How can people eat so much candy?
Look at that little space it gets. Oh, wow.
The gorilla exhibit was fascinating. They're so like us. I swear I even made an emotional connection with one of them. He was gesturing to me for food or something. I'm glad it was open. I'm continuing to walk down. I think I still have like 75% of the park left. So I'm gonna try to get a move on. This one here is called Expedition Madagascar. I'm back, folks. I feel like I was stuck in a loop there of gorillas and birds and more gorillas and birds, and I couldn't figure out how to get out of there. It was freaking hell. But I did get out of there. I'm in the Asian highlands now. That big, beautiful cat is clearly just walking in circles all day. After the Asia exhibit was the Africa exhibit. They had all the big cats, all the big game. It was pretty cool. Believe it or not, I've been here for 5 hours. I still have to see like a whole half of the park. I saw a sculpture of an elephant up here. I'm absolutely gonna go there next. These fossils were found right here in Nebraska. Nebraska had its own mastodon. How cool is that? How metal is that? I've come to love traveling at the end of summer rather than the beginning. It's kind of end of the season, but the weather's still fantastic. You go to big touristy places like this, and often you have parts of it all to yourself. Talk about saving the best place for last. This is the second aquarium I've stopped on this trip around the world, and probably the best aquarium I've ever been to. It has sharks, jellyfish, light shows, crazy animals that change color and shape, everything you can imagine. I spent a couple hours in here, but it's finally time for me to wrap things up. Is that one of the best zoos in the world? I don't know. I haven't been to enough to compare. Is it the best one I've been to? Definitely. I just couldn't get over how organized and meticulously landscaped everything is. Even the gift shop, everything was all lined up symmetrically. Like someone with OCD runs this place, but it was beautiful. I actually spent 5 hours in there. I've got maybe 3 more hours of daylight, so I think I'm gonna wander the city a little bit. Well, Omaha was pretty cool, but staying in cities is expensive. Dining out, staying at a hotel, I don't want to do that anymore. Right now, I'm gonna hit the grocery store, stock up on supplies. I'm gonna spend the rest of this trip in the van. Tonight, I'm going to Badlands National Park. On the way there is something called the Corn Palace. It's just a couple hours north of Omaha. I feel like I should see it. But first, let's get everything I need to live in this vehicle for the next couple weeks. One way I've changed my grocery buying habits is I no longer buy like big bags of produce. Instead, I buy stuff that comes in small resealable bags. Dealing with all Tupperware and transferring stuff between containers in my fridge just got to be too much work. I'll pay a couple dollars premium and get this prepackaged stuff. Oh, I gotta remind myself how big these states are. I'm still near Omaha according to this map, and this is a map of Iowa. I feel like I've gone nowhere for the last 3 days. North Dakota's known mainly for the Badlands, which I'll be going to shortly. But heading east there's a few things I wanted to see. Mount Rushmore, for one. I'll get there tomorrow. But also this place, the Corn Palace, which is notable only for its architecture. It's basically just a convention center. And it closes at 5, apparently. Today's the last day of summer, and I guess this is no longer corn palatial season, unfortunately. I'm not sure if I want to keep driving. It's another 4 hours to Mount Rushmore. I wanted to boondock tonight, but this town, Mitchell, is really cute, really quaint. I might be able to boondock right here in town. So here's a tip on finding places to overnight in a city. I just called the town police department from Mitchell, South Dakota. They said, yeah, I can park here overnight at the Corn Palace. Looks like there's someone else already doing it in their camper, maybe a few others. So I will see the Corn Palace in the morning. In the meantime, there's a tap room, a little brewery down the street. I thought I'd go check it out. Scorecard Pub right next to the Corn Palace, folks. Just had a few beers there and a great dinner. I'm kind of trying to figure out how to get out of here. Also, I'm gonna stealth camp in my little spot next to the Corn Palace tonight. I'm literally sleeping right next to it. Yes, folks, I am in fact sleeping right next to the Corn Palace tonight. You can actually see it. It's like right outside this window. If you've been watching, I spent the last 4 nights of this 3.5-week road trip staying in hotels. I did 2 nights in Des Moines, 2 nights in Omaha. That's because I wanted to get the city life done, but that's it for hotels. 4 nights, that's it. The rest of this, I'm stealth camping. I'm staying in this van. The Corn Palace, I thought it was some weird roadside attraction. It's right in the downtown. So I'm staying very quiet tonight. I slept like a baby last night right next to the Corn Palace. So glad I did. I did get to go inside. It's primarily a theater hall. Also a lot of kiosks about the history of the building and of the area. The building was built in 1892. The murals inside are all made out of corn. The ones on the outside, they change once a year. I actually caught them changing it just as I was walking by. And I just had a nice little breakfast at a cute little cafe that's just like 2 blocks away from there. Now I need to do the drive to Badlands National Park. Google Maps says it's 4 hours of driving. Let's hit the road. I had to stop at a visitor center for this, a sticker for the van. But the light looks like it's about to be amazing right now. The sun is about to break through. I'm gonna drive on, shoot as many of these overlooks as I can, try to do some hiking today as well. Look at that beautiful light. Yellow Mound's overlook has got to be my favorite so far. They really are that yellow. But for the love of God, look at my feet. It's like 10 pounds of this clay that just sticks to you. I feel like I'm walking on a planet with different gravity. Okay, check this out. There's an actual buffalo right here at the overlook. I hope it doesn't attack my car. So I got to my boondocking spot. It's right outside the park, like we're on the edge of a cliff. I think I can fly my drone here because it's outside the park. Pretty cool, but folks, look how filthy my van got. All this mud. This is just from today. Badlands National Park doesn't have a whole lot of hiking. There's maybe 1 or 2 trails right there on the left when you come in from the east, like I did, called the window and the door. Unfortunately, when I got there, the weather was terrible. It was overcast, rainy. I thought it was going to be like that for the rest of the day. So I drove along this rim road. There's pretty much one road that takes you past 20 or so panoramic viewpoints all the way to the west end of the park. Right about maybe an hour before sunset, a buffalo almost accosted my car. And then the light broke out. The sun broke through the clouds. I got to my favorite viewpoint, Pinnacle Overlook. I highly recommend this one. The light broke out. I got a beautiful mesa or butte or whatever it is off in the distance through my 300mm telephoto. Yeah, it was great, folks. I'm going to try to go out to that spot in the morning as well for the sunrise. In the meantime, I just took my disco ball shower. I got my laptop going. I got food cooking. I'm in my van boondocking tonight. How cool is this? You know, I had to get the city thing out of my system with Des Moines and Omaha. They were cute cities, but I really enjoy being in my van, you know. I don't think I would even stay in a hotel for free at this point. I would rather stay in here. In any case, folks, tomorrow I'm going to try to make it out to Mount Rushmore, which is a couple more hours, and then I'm going to go from there to Wyoming. So much to see there. I hope you stick with me for this road trip. Oh, yeah. I'm on a high right now, folks. Anyway, Badlands National Park. I'll see you guys in the morning.